Hello, Tamara here. Nice of you to join me, and a very warm welcome to my channel. It's lovely to have you here with me today. And we are now going to be working on the inside of our bureau. We finished on the outside, so now it's not going to be the inside. I just wanted to open with the the shadow box, sort of with it all lit up, because it does look rather nice. It really does. I should take some pictures a bit more in the dark, because then it would really shine out. So I just wanted to just do my opener on that image, really. So we're going to be doing the inside. Now the inside, we've got quite a few different cuts to do. Now you've got a choice. You can either have them in just cardstock, or you can cut your pattern paper. It's again up to you what you decide to do. So as we've done so far in the this series, I'll give you all the measurements all in one go, then you can write them down. Or if you go to the description box and click on show more, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and at the bottom of that is a link to the PDF guide, and that has all the cutting measurements that you'll need. And you'll have it then all printed out in front of you, and then you'll have them there. So you could skip this part. So let me just turn the lights on and we can get going. Right, so our measurements for the inside of our album. So I'll move those back. We'll come to that in a moment. So your first measurement will be for the front window panel inside. This is going to measure 6 1/4 by 10 3/4. You need to then cut out your window frame, because this is going to go onto this part here, and then it's going to cover all that there. So you need to cut your window frame at 1 1/8. So from each edge, come in and 1 1/8. But we'll do that one on camera. The next one you need to do is the middle pane, and I've got these upside down. Middle pane number 1, and this has got to measure 4 3/8 by 10 3/8. Okay. And then middle pane number 2 is exactly the same measurements, which is 4 3/8 by 10 3/8. Then we come on to the front inside. I've called this the floor, okay, because it's going to go on the bottom of our box. And this is going to measure 4 by 10 3/8. Then we come to the back inside floor, and that is going to measure 3 7/8 by 10 1/4. Next up is the back panel inside, and that measures 8 by 10 1/4. And then we come to our diagonal pieces. So these you will need to cut at, so you'll need to cut 2 of these at 8 1/8 by 8 1/8, okay, and cut 2 of those, and then when we come I'll show you, we'll cut those together. So let me move my box out the way. Oh no, I need my box. Oh. That was a bit silly. Okay, so we'll start with covering the inside of the box. So let me just take that out, because I don't know what that is. Oh, this is, and then you also need one more, which is for the front panel inside, and that's going to measure 3 by 10 3/8, and that's going to go on that side there. Now I've put, because I've got a pocket on the back of mine here that we did, I've actually put another magnet on the inside here, just to give it a bit more force to help it stay shut. You don't have to, it does work, but I just wanted that extra bit of stick really. So I'm just going to be using our trusty wet glue, but you could use both. You could use wet glue and double-sided tape. Again, that is up to you. So I'm going to start with the back panel. So the back panel is going to go, turn that up, in there, okay, like that. And if you wanted to use your pattern paper to do this, then by all means do. Okay, I'm just going to cover mine in black. Now, don't do what I've done and glue the nice side. Glue the side that you write on, because now we need to rub that out. But never mind, we live and learn. So I'm now going to do the back inside floor, and I've remembered this time to put my glue on the side that I've wrote on, and that's going to go in there. Like so. Okay. Now I'm just going to get my Teflon tool just so that I can reach in and just burnish that down. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the front inside floor. Okay, right, I have a bit of an amendment to make. I've actually not put my I keep saying that, my construction tape on the edges here on the front panel, down here and at the sides. I just forgot to do that. So you can either use your construction tape or the method of the construction strips. That's entirely up to you. I think because I use the construction strips, I should use the construction strips, but for quickness, I'm just going to use my my construction tape to help stick the front panel to the bottom of the box, really. So you need to get your tape so that it's sticky side out, and push that folded edge into that the two grey board pieces of paper meet. Okay, and then very firmly, but not too much because you will go through it, just push that tape into that corner. Now this is a bit difficult to film, but I don't know if you can see that there. Okay, and then do the sides. So the sides are the same. Just stick that corner with the two sticky pieces towards the grey board, and then just do the other corner. So when you've done that, you can then go and then add your pattern, your cardstock again. And then we've got the two inner pieces to put on. Okay, doing our diagonal covers for the inside of our bureau, we're going to have to do a few cuts and a few measurements on these. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to make this sort of slit in the middle of our cardstock. So how I do that is I'm just going to measure up from one of the sides. Now I've cut I've cut it as in a square, but we will need to cut off about 1/8 of an inch. Okay, I just wanted to make it as simple as possible, then having to think about, right, well that's the 8-inch side and that's the 8 1/8 side. So I thought if I just do it as a square, we can cut the rest of it off in a moment. So from one of the sides you need to go up 4.5. Okay, so draw a very faint pencil line upwards, okay, like so. Then draw your faint line just around that, okay, like so. Now taking that square of card, you need to have the pencil line facing you, okay, not to the side but facing you, because we need to cut up to that pencil line. So we need to cut it at 4 1/4. Okay, so 4 1/4, and then at 4. Now this is giving us a little bit of wiggle room. You can cut it smaller if you want, but I just like to cut it just that bit bigger, just to give me a little bit of room to wiggle. So fit it in, okay, and make sure you've got it correct, because if you put it this way it will be too tight on this one end. Okay, it's too tight, so make sure you put it in the correct way, like so, and then that gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Then the next thing that I do, instead of having to measure down, you know, from my my 3 5/8 and upwards, all I'm going to do is take my pencil, hold my hand flat against the cardstock on the other side, and I'm just going to trace down that line. Okay, now you can also use your marks, but doing it this way, you know that then this is going to be the correct side for that side of your bureau. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to measure across enough and as well. So let we go up, was it 5 1/2? 3. We go up 3. Okay, now your pencil mark will be a little bit higher because we haven't allowed to take off that 1/8 of an inch, so just bear that in mind. So your pencil mark won't be exact, but it's coming off anyway, so you're not going to see the line. So grabbing an all-important tool, I'm just going to chop that bit off there, like so, and go from your pencil mark to pencil mark. 1, 1, 2, and then cut down. Now as you can see, I have chopped off that pencil mark, but that's okay, because this is now going to fit into my box and it's going to fit in there nice and snug, and it's the right side. Okay, so if you want to do that one again for the other side, now I don't actually need to cut anything off that, because that is fitted in there really well. Sometimes you might need to cut 1/8 of an inch off, but on this occasion it's sitting in there really beautifully. So you need to do that again for this side, but do exactly the same. So if you want to rewind the video and do the exact same thing, but put your cardstock up against the opposite side, draw your line, and then you can cut it exactly the same. And then you should then end up with like a nice, where this goes over your central support, where you don't then need to have pieces of extra card in there. Now I've just checked this, and I think I need to take off a little bit of that side that was just sitting a little bit proud, so I'm just going to take off 1/8 of an inch. Yes, that's a lot better. That's sitting really nice now. Gives me that lovely border. You probably can't see. There you go. There. All the way round. Now, I've got some of my grey board showing, but if you take your permanent marker, all you need to do is just do a bit of colouring. Okay, and then that will hide that grey board, or you can put some more construction tape on there, whatever you prefer to do. Okay, so that's one, and I might as well do the other side while I'm here. And then you can go and stick this down then, and then you don't see that the grey board underneath. So glue. The glue on. Come on, glue. Push it down. Push it up. And then that is that side done. Okay, so the last thing that we need to do then to for our box is the inside, the frame that's going to go along the outside edge on this grey board to hide this. So again, you can use your cardstock and then maybe cover it with pattern paper. So we said 1/8 of an inch, so I'm just going to use my trimmer and just go 1/8 of an inch. Remember, don't go all the way to the side. I'm just by-eyeing it to get the correct measurement. Like so. Not done too bad. That I did perfectly. 1/8. And then you can just, if you can just break those little pieces off, like so. Okay, and then that's your frame, which then is going to fit around this part here, so like so. Okay, now this, you can use some hot glue, have this at the top like that, and then you could put some hot glue in there to hold that in place. Okay, and then have that there. So let's put some glue on the back of this. I'll stick my hot glue gun on. Again, you could use your double-sided tape as well as, just for quickness, I'm just going to use the glue. I'm going to put quite a bit on. Push it through that way and up. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue just on that part there, and then stick that to the side. Okay. And then bring this round, and I'm going to stick it to the bottom here. and then you've got your light up that's stuck there that you can just push on, and they. So again, you can cover this as well if you want to in your pattern paper, as well as this part. Again, that's up to you if you want to do that. I'm just going to leave it. I've just got this last piece to do, which is the top. Measurement for that is 10 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, so that's the inside of our box, all nice and covered. So let me grab my album. So that's my album, and then that's going to go in like so. So that's our album that goes in there, and you've got lots of space in there still to put some photos and things. So there's lots of space, there's probably about an inch worth of photograph space, to make your album expand. Now what I did with my sister's one is I made some little file folders that fit inside here. So excuse them because they are obviously in pink colours, but this one will be blue. So they just go in like so. Now you can do as many of them as you like, just to cover, just to sort of hold extra photos, I suppose. A little bit, you can go to town. I've just made little booklets and put some little sentiment things in, and things like that. And you can use and this one's got a pocket on the back. Oh, they've all got pockets on the back. I forgot to say that. Yeah, they've all got pockets. So lots of space in there that you can obviously utilise to put more things in. And I mean, there's still lots of space there that you can add extra bits in. So there is loads of space in this bureau for bits and bobs like that. Or I know somebody had said that they were making just the box up without the album because her daughter was starting a business, and she said that it would be ideal for her to store like customer information in, which I think is a fantastic idea. And I love it that people are using my designs and my tutorials to think outside the box and do things like that. So like she has done, you don't even need to make the album. You can just make the box and then make up some little file tabs like this that you can put 24 in from A to Z, and then you can like she's done. She's going to file like customer information in. If you work in the hairdressers and you've got customers that come in regularly for your hair colour, you can write down on, you can get those index cards and write down on the index cards what colour they have, what's the number of the different, the colour tones and things, so that you can just pull it out. So things like that really, it really does work for a lot of other things apart from just being a box to put your album in. So think outside the box and do that. But how great would this look if you had two side by side? If I've got two side by side like so, they look so pretty. I'll have to take a picture of them side by side so that you can see. So the next video will be a very quick one, and it will be showing you how to make these file tabs. But I really hope you've enjoyed this quick video of this covering the inside. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below, or give me a DM on Facebook. I'm always answer things on there. Come and join my group, Memories Paper Art. And we're a brilliant group. We're not just for memory books. You can do mixed media, anything, any form of crafting or art, sewing, knitting, anything like that. Whatever you're into, whatever crafty thing you're into, we want to see it. It's just one of those groups. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give me a like and a comment down below if you've enjoyed the video. But please subscribe. It really does help the channel. All the social media links and the PDF cutting guide link are in the description box down below, so don't forget to check them out. But until the next time, have a really good day wherever you are, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.